Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Brian from Thrash Metal Homebrew. Drinking a homebrew. Yeah, it's been coming up on a couple of weeks since I've completed a video, and I promised I would do a video of the brew system, so my setup. So tomorrow I have some colleagues from work that are brewers that are coming over to my place. First of all, cheers. They're coming over, and I don't know how much will be filmed because I'll be doing teaching and getting their equipment together. But I brewed with them before, and we used kind of half of my old system, turkey fryer system, to get through the brew day. So this time I invited them over to my place, and we're going to get my old mash tun back together again for them to use, and create a manifold for it. I gotta find it. I don't know where the old manifold went. When you move, you lose some things, so looked all in storage, can't find that thing. But anyway, as you saw at the beginning, the setup is just a generic 3-vessel system. That's right, it's a 3-vessel Herm system. The control panel I built, there's an addition to the control panel. Let me grab some paperwork here because I can't remember the exact make and model of the thing, but I remember I had that little pit in the middle. There's an old C100, CR100, whatever the hell, Rex C100, piece of crap. Don't ever buy them. Just to fill the hole, the void in it. And I bought a JSL 73B multi-event timer for beard brewing, and it's from Auber Instruments. And this thing is pretty slick. I've learned how to use it now, playing around with it. You can have up to 9 events during your brew, your brew day, I guess you would put it. When you first use the thing, you program it how many events you got. So an event would be a hop drop. An event would be putting your immersion chiller, if you have one, when to put that in. Or if you put your Whirlflock in, not at the same time as another hop drop or whatever. But you can program this thing to start, and it's simple as hell. You just hold the button in a couple seconds, it goes into its mode, and first thing it asks you is how many events you have. So you have your bittering hop, your aroma hop, your flavor hop, your chiller, your Whirlflock. Let's say that you do a flame out event. So you got 6 events, so you just plug in 6. Then when you back out of there and you just hit the little button, just a short amount of time, it'll ask you how long is the first event. So that's going to be your main boil. So your bittering hop, let's say you're doing a 60-minute boil, so you're going to plug in 60. Okay, let's say you have another hop event, your flavoring hop or an aroma hop or whatever at 30. So you plug in 30 for the next one. You hit the button, it goes to the next one, and so on and so forth until you get done with it. And then you have your timer set up. So like right now, if you see the middle guy right here, is set at a 60-minute, 40 minute. Let's say that it's a 60-minute. I just did kind of a setup on this. So what I did is I set it. The bottom number is going to show your total amount of time until the entire. Sorry guys, it's hard to do this where I'm at. Tells you the entire brew, and then how much time before your next hop event. So in this case it was at a 20-minute, so it's pretty slick. So just reset it, whatever. You can do whatever you want with it, it's pretty slick. So let me go ahead and get this thing flipped around, and I'll go through my system and let you know what's going on. So hold on just a second. Alright, so I kind of moved my system around a little bit. I put my HLT on the right hand side, so what I'm doing is I'm going to have the HLT on this right here, and then the boil kettle, when we get that all plugged in, He's going to be on that side. So it matches up how it's set up here. So HLT, mash tun, boil kettle. Okay. Down below, I have my Therminator. It's a chiller, and I just have it set in here on a board. It can be removed, which is cool as hell. I got the Fermentap thermometer on there. It's pretty slick. Tells you, I mean, the temperature is awesome. Then I have K-King Mark II pumps with the metal caps on them instead of the plastic ones. 1/2-inch ball valves on it with disconnects. So right now I have recirculation going into the HLT. And if you look, we're at 147. In here I got it topped completely off because I have the brew day tomorrow. I've added a Candon tablet to it and getting it up to boil so that I can get the chlorine and the chloramine off of the water for tomorrow. So we'll just let it set overnight. As for the control panel is a 240 volt system, 30 amp service to it. So on the other side of the wall over here, this right here, this is on the other side of the wall on the outside of the house, is the master breaker panel for this. I have a 10-3 line that supports 30 amp, run up through conduit all the way across to that spa panel. Inside the spa panel, I have, let me open it up. I have a GFI breaker in there, and that keeps you from killing yourself if you accidentally step in the water and ground the system out. So, and then I have a 4-prong dryer cord that goes down into the control panel itself. And then these guys on the outside, these are extension cords for the pumps, and that's what this and its corresponding light is for. These are for the pumps. So that is the basic setup. Now, in the mash tun, I was just drying the towel off. I just got done cleaning a bit. In the mash tun, I have a false bottom with a silicone tube that goes to the outside. And the import tube right here, that's the guy with the little ball on him right there. It makes it float on top of the wort. That is right here. So here I have a T where I have my thermometer or thermal probe. So when the wort is coming in from when I'm doing my recirc to the Herms coil that is on the other side of this, I'll show you in a second, I get the temperature coming in going down into the grain bed, so I can control the water surrounding the Herms coil from here, which is cool as hell. And then I have actually, the actual ball valve to drain. And then over here is the boil kettle. All of it is 1/2 inch. And here I got 550 watt element. And there's my Whirlpool port right there. So if I need to Whirlpool, I can do that. There's a thermal well. There's the outside. Right there. There's a shot of the Blickman Terminator. And yeah, it's pretty cool. These things are, you can remove them, which is sweet the way that it's set up. I did a couple brew days with it, and if you look on the back, I had the table set up higher. If you see this line here, had it set up higher, and I had to use a step stool to get up to stir the mash or add water and stuff like that. So I went ahead and brought it down, as a couple people commented during the live brew day, and it's working out. I think it's at the right height now. So I got the mash paddle and silicone hoses over there. But yeah, we're just heating the water. So on the other side, this is where I have my element input. That thing is caked in silicone, so any water that gets outside the HLT, it won't ground it out. So or spark and make it explode, you know. Same on the boil kettle. That's that. In the back here is my hop spiders. When I go to use it, just flip around the boil kettle. I was just letting it dry out. Let me see if I can lift the top off of this. We're getting hot. We're at 158. Them up. You see the recirculation going on. If you look down in there, you can see the copper coil submerged in the water. Below there's another 5500 watts element. So I have my controller set up. Let me get the lid back on. I have my controller set up where you can only have one element on at a time. That's it. Otherwise, I will shoot over the amperage. Like right now, one of the 5500 watt elements is drawing 23.72 amps. And if I was to have both of them going at the same time, we'd be smacking a breaker. We'd be throwing the breaker because it'll go over 30 amps. So yeah, it's a pretty sweet little setup. I'm doing a timing right now. The temperature of the water in the HLT was at 55 degrees, and until it gets to 200, right now we're about 40 minutes in, so it may not be a true time. I think I paused it for a little bit. I think I can get this up to boiling 15 gallons of water at 50 to 55 degrees in about 40 minutes, somewhere about. So yeah, that's the setup. And then if you look right here, I have my Corona mill. I'm going to be crushing some grains for the brew day tomorrow. I actually ordered a roller mill from Williams Brewing, and it is a 2-roller mill, and it should be here probably Monday. So specialty grains are over there, fermenter for tomorrow. Over here I got my brewing stuff. Over here is my brewing salts. I'll add all that. My phosphorus acid for my pH. I'll be going over that tomorrow. And yeah, just measuring out things for tomorrow, getting the grain done. So right now I got, in this guy I have 12 pounds of 2-row, and I need to go downstairs, grab another bucket, bring it up, get the total grain bill together, get it all ground up, ready to go. You know, get the grain break the grain. And yeah, we'll be ready for tomorrow. Back to Brian. Yeah, so that is the setup. And if you have any questions, go ahead and leave me a comment, or reach out to me. I'm on Google Hangouts, or you can just reach me through messaging through About on my YouTube page. So if you have any questions about my system, go ahead and hit me up. I'll answer them for you. Really, there's nothing much more to go over. A lot of you have seen the system before in actual use, but I never did go over it. So I promised everyone I would put this out. So another thing that's going on right now, I guess, is Hapless's yearly 1 liter chug challenge, and I'll be doing that here soon. My stomach hasn't been feeling well lately, so I'm gonna wait a little bit before I do it. But so far I've seen Graham do it, and I've seen Steven from Big Banana. So we should be seeing more videos coming out. But as soon as I can do it, you guys know that I'll do it. We'll do it upright. You know how it is. So I will let you go. Remember, keep rocking, keep doing what you're doing. And if you're not doing it, you need to be homebrewing it.